Grief, heartache, sadness, and loss. Today I want to talk about the terrible pain and how you can move yourself through any of these emotions that are really a challenge and a very, very deep and painful experience for people to go through. Now, when you're going through this, it's really important that you release these emotions and you get them out. If you need to have a cry, that's the best thing that you can do. I know for men that's very challenging, but you can do that in private. And in the shower, I know men do that as well, but for women it's very important that you cry these things out and you release them. Another fantastic way to sort of release emotions is any form of exercise. Of course, men, you might want to find a punching bag and start punching, because a lot of anger is often known as men's tears. So for men and women, you deal with these kind of emotions quite differently, but we all sort of virtually experience the same thing. Pain in the body, or grief, sadness, loss, heartache is a very, very strong emotion, and people really suppress that down, and it can become very, very painful in the body and cause us to sort of go into some very dark and uncomfortable places. If you get to the point you think you might need medicating, that's certainly an avenue that's probably worth looking at, and I do talk about that in videos, because what that does is it can actually start to clear the thoughts in your mind and get you on a sort of more even way of feeling, so that actually can help sometimes. That's not for everybody, and if you're really wanting to sort of push through grief and get your life moving forward again, you have to look at the avenues and ways that you can kind of deal with that experience. It might take years to get through grief, sadness, loss, and heartache can be unbearable. That can really shut people down a lot. So I'll just give you some tips today on what you can do when this is happening to you. The biggest advice that I can give you is to use distraction. Anything that will distract you from your own thoughts. For example, gardening is something that when you're doing two things at once, you can't actually, your mind's not on other things, so you're sort of focused in the moment. That's an example. You might love music, you might go to concerts. Another brilliant way of distracting your thoughts is to go to a movie. You might go see a very funny movie and have a laugh for 2 hours, which relieves you from the pain in your body as well, and all the thoughts. And again, that's a huge sensory experience, because there's other people, you're out in amongst people, you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and you're also got that sensory smell of sort of popcorn. Or these are small things, but these are the things that can sometimes help to shift your life and move you slightly into a more positive direction. Grief and any of these things like heartache and sadness, loss, are very, very hard to get through, and I do believe that is a process, and it does take time to sort of ease off. You may never get over the grief and the loss of somebody, but you can certainly continue your life, because your life's here to be lived, and you've got to find a way free of that pain to keep moving yourself forward. Exercise, I always talk about exercise in any form, whether it be water skiing, horse riding. You might just, like I said, find a punching bag and just get some of that anger out, but any form of exercise will always pump endorphins to your brain. It might be just that you go for a beautiful walk with some music on. Music's a wonderful distraction, because it can take you to a really good feeling place as well, and it can actually uplift your spirit, and that can actually change the way that you're feeling as well. If you're having a really bad sort of patch, music and just going for a walk can also do that. Now, I know they're really simple suggestions, but they're some of the things that have worked for me. One of the biggest things that worked for me in the past, whenever I've felt any of these kind of sensations, was to actually find my passions. And I know I talk a lot about this in my videos, but if you can find the things that ignite your soul, mine is gardening. I also have a rescue dog. You might be into cooking or many other things. Men have very different interests again to women, so it's just whatever you're interested in. It doesn't matter, we're all different, but these are the things that will actually bring you to life again, because it's about getting back to those beautiful things that help you to relax and clear your mind. Now, they're just some suggestions. I've also done a few great hypnosis videos. There's a guy called Paul McKenna that I really love, that I've followed a lot, and he has great hypnosis videos on confidence and how to feel more positive in your life, and ways to kind of get you to move forward. That's also worked really well for me. Eckhart Tolle is someone else that I would really suggest. He teaches you how to really live in the now and enjoy the moment. And like, for example, I'm sitting here and the breeze is blowing through my hair and I'm just hearing the birds around me. And that's a form of meditation, because that slows your mind down as well. And it's by slowing down your mind, like I said, that you will give yourself relief in the body and just have a little bit of a break from that pain, because these kind of emotions are very, very deep and they're very complex. And it's not just a matter of clicking your fingers and the next day you're going to be through all that. Any of these kind of deep emotions can take quite a while to sort of get through. So the key really is about doing small things that break up that pain, and slowly you'll start to get little breaks from it and ease that pain and the grief and loss and heartache in your body, and eventually you'll start to open up and it'll allow you to kind of move forward with your life. So look, thanks for watching today. I hope some of these tips are helping you. If you'd like to leave any comments, that'd be great. Hit the like button. I'll see you very soon. Bye.